This is the last in a series of 3 videos on Rick's case 644. I saved this for the last because it's part of the Bifid root. When we got the pieces, I split one of them and it looked like it had been a Bifid root. Those are the 2 halves, the sagittal halves. That's called Bifid root. And the other area I called root A. The other sagittal half of it, that's the sagittal half of it. So I got pretty good sections on that. That's what they look like sputtered. So one is called Bifid, the other is Section A when you go into the website, when you select them to look at them. So if you go into the Bifid part, I have some stitch imaging there. So just to get your references, you can go into the low power view and get a holistic view of the whole root. And the surface, the dentinal surface here looked completely different from the other roots, which is why I kept them separate. So looking at the photographs, they look very, very clean. Obviously some pulp tissue still left in the bifidity area, but otherwise they look very clean. But when you go in and look at the stitched images, you get a little bit different picture. It looks like there's some instrumentation debris here, and you don't really get a look at the mineralized front. So it looks like there's still quite a bit of predentin present and some instrumentation debris. Very little demineralization that's gone on. So I encourage you to go in and bring these images up and zoom in on them and look at them. Quite a bit of the tissue and some of the cells from the predentin are present in all the sections. And I tried to outline the stitched area so you get a sense of your orientation. And when you go in and look at that area, those are all stitched together, so you kind of get a sense for what the dentin looks like. And there's still quite a bit of the cellular debris from the predentin still present pretty much in all the areas. And nowhere do you really get a look at the mineralization front. So nothing... Actually, there's some smear layer there, so I think some instrumentation was actually done in this root. And I can't really tell whether there were any bacterial morphotypes here. Now there it looks like some of the dentin has either been demineralized or is in the process of mineralizing, but still quite a bit of cellular material from the predentin. Those are cells from the predentin. There you may see some bacterial morphotypes, but we know that the predentin can look like that before it calcifies or when it's demineralizing as well. So I wouldn't want to make a call on that. This is side A now of the Bifid root. And you can go in and look very carefully at that. That's the low power view of it. There you can see where the bifidity kind of started, or there's another lateral canal possibly. And when you go into the stitched imaging, that's the area that I stitched together. And when you take a look at this, there's pretty much the same thing. Actually, in this section, it looked like there was maybe some file marks and evidence of some kind of filing here. When you see marks like that, the M4 can look like that because it's just kind of smearing the predentin down. And in no place did you see any dentinal tubules or anything. So the predentin is still pretty much, and those mesenchymal cells are still present on the layer. This is not a stitched image. This is using the alternative stitched, where I give you various powers that you can zoom in on. And there you can see the chalcospheриtes of the predentin that have not yet mineralized or are in the process of being demineralized because I don't know what was done with this tooth. I was under the impression that Rick didn't use any EDTA on this case. So this is the predentin chalcospheриtes before they're mineralized or in the process of being mineralized. So that's the case. I hope it has some value for you. And I'm looking forward to the discussion with Rick and others on what this case